Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This world is a great gala experiment. पानी है ना? Conducted by the Lord. And when experiments are conducted, what happens? This is what I have learned. Once some people took me to a vaccine production laboratory and they wanted to show me how vaccines are produced. So, in that laboratory, they took me in a big hall, AC conditioned, very perfect, beautiful, clean and neat. And there were many small cages. And in all the cages there were mice, white mice. And they were all inbred lines. That means their genome was almost 80-90% identical. And when they were showing, they were telling me, Swamiji, when we prepare some vaccine, then we give this, doses to different cages. This much dose, what is the reaction? This much dose, what is the reaction? And this is how we judge the potency and the titer of a particular vaccine to be inoculated in the human beings in a later stage. So they were explaining, we are given this much dose. I said, what will you do after that dose is given? Then see, we come here at different intervals and then we observe the behavior of these mice, how they are responding to the doses that we have given. And then we prepare our notes. And then we come to a conclusion. So after he told me this, he said, Swamiji, you have got any doubt, any question you ask? I said, no, I don't have difficulty, any doubt. I have got wisdom. He said, what wisdom? I said, in the same way, the Lord is conducting various experiments. And He has put us in different places. And different types of medicines are inoculated in us. See? मैं अभी प्रभु से बोल रहा था, जोड़े का दर्द क्या होता है, जोड़ा ही जानता है, कुंवारे क्या जाने. देखो. So, all these people who are in this world, that means you and me, we are all in different cages. And from above, He is giving us different types of problems, difficulties. What is a vaccine? Vaccine is artificially introduce disease in our body so that we can develop the antibody system for that particular virus and become strong enough to fight when the actually attack comes. Exactly the same way. For all of us, Upar Wala is giving various doses. See? And doses are of two types. One dose is of having and other dose is of not having. Those who don't have children, they suffer because they don't have children. Those who have children, they suffer because they have children. Those who have money, they suffer because they have money. Those who don't have money, they suffer because they don't have money. So these two types of vaccines are inoculated for every one of us. And we are suffering, enjoying, frustrated, angry, fighting with each other, like those mice in that cage. And the researcher or the scientist, he is not bothered about them. What is this? ऐसा होता है. Oh, good, good. Oh, they fight under this condition. Very good. Exactly the same way. He is observing from above. See. So understand, we are all experimental animals. And experimental animals have no choice. Then live your life as a choiceless existence. Don't give any choice to yourself. We simply sing the bhajans without understanding the meaning. Jehi bidhi rakhe ram tehi bidhi rahiye. And all the time frustrated, angry, reacting. See, friends. Therefore, these experiments are conducted at the level of every one of us. See. Now, how do we grow out of this? If you see the vegetations are growing in the right place. If you want to grow, let us say, the pine trees on the seashore, you cannot. They have to grow only about 3000 feet, mean sea level. In the same manner, wherever, whatever situation is optimum for our growth, there we are placed. See? Whatever conditions are required for our evolution, those conditions are given. See? Now if you see Bhagavad Gita first chapter, this point is brought out over there. When Arjuna with an arrogance and bitterness tells the Lord, kindly take my chariot between the two armies. No, there was a choice for the Lord. Where to take the chariot between the two armies? Imagine, he had taken the chariot in front of Duryodhan Dushasan. Will Arjuna ever ask a question? Whether I should fight the war or not? He came only to fight with them. But what the teacher did, he brought the chariot in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. So, a situation was created which was not there earlier. See? And thereafter, when Arjuna had proper interaction with that virus, with that particular vaccine, that time, like the researcher, he is not unhappy. He is happy with his results. Exactly the same way. When Arjuna was completely broken, miserable, frustrated, I don't think I can do this thing, it is better to go to Himalayas and start an ashram. I will not do, he is crying. That time Bhagavan Krishna was smiling, like a researcher. Bhagavan Krishna must have been a homeopathic. In homeopath, when the medicine is effective, then it starts reacting. So suppose you have got X disease, you take homeopathic, correct medicine, your disease will become more aggravated. So when Arjuna started frustrated, then the wisdom came. Exactly. दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना कोई. If we think, now think of what? I'll tell you something different. Don't think of God. This I had discovered a new technique. One middle-aged lady, she was very frustrated. Swami, what should I do? I said, take Lord's name. Oh, I am fed up with Lord's name. I have been taking it for years together. Nothing has happened. I said, to whom? To Lord? To whom nothing has happened? He said, no, you tell me anything else. Everybody comes and tells, Bhagwan ka naam lo. Nothing happens. Because the one who tells Bhagwan ka naam lo, he has not seen that Bhagwan. And I have also not seen. Tell me something different. I said, okay, I understood your problem. You have seen me? Yes. Take my name. Start. Every time you think of me. And I just finished over there. After 1 year, that lady again met me. Swamiji, you are divine. I was not divine. See, we want some kind of support. And that support brings out the confidence in yourself. If we have got real devotion to the Lord, that confidence will come out. Self-confidence and devotion to the Lord are synonymous. They are not different. And this can happen only when we come across a cul-de-sac. Now, jaun to jaun kahan? Then suddenly we become withdrawn. And it is for this purpose that the difficulties are sowed in our life. Therefore, the first principle we all have to understand, we are all the experimental guinea pigs. Like I am the universal guinea pig. All these ammas, they do lots of experimental food on me. And they very proudly tell, Swamiji, this dish I have prepared for the first time. If you survive, then we'll give to others. I don't know what she has made today.
It's not the first time. Tried and tested.
Okay.
Did you had your breakfast?
No.
That's why food is coming.
Okay. So, once we decide this principle, that we are being experimented upon, and through that we slowly start evolving. See? And what is evolution? Evolution is, we are all expert in blaming others for our problems. This is our default settings. If I am a husband, thank God I am not. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is, I don't know, my wife or somebody's wife. If I am a son, then the cause of my misery is the Hitler dad. So simple it is. We are expert in blaming others. Unless we focus attention on ourselves, we have not started leading a spiritual life. What normally we do is only religious life. Religious life is not spiritual life. There are 3 stages through which we have to go. First, when we take this world very much real, solid reality, then how to conduct ourselves in this world? Technically called as Vidhi Nishedh, do's and don'ts. Those do's and don'ts are told to us when we take this world as real. So how should we conduct ourselves? Satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyayan ma pramadaha matrudevo bhava pitrudevo bhava. When we take this world as real. See? Then we take ourselves to be this useless body. Then when we take myself to be body, our whole life is spent only in doing yoga. And what for do the yoga? So that you remain healthy and live long. What for live long? I have never understood this principle. Live long for what? There was one man and he was a victim of Ramdev Baba. You know, in India, Ramdev Baba, the yoga. And as a result, he lived for 125 years. But even then he has to die. So he died and went to the heavens because he was doing yoga. And there he came across beautiful apsaras all around. He was regretting, oh God, why did I delay coming over here? See, friends, long life cannot be the goal of life. Healthy life cannot be the goal of life. But our whole life is spent, we should be good, we should not hurt anybody, we should do yoga, we should eat the organic food, as if there is inorganic food also. See, friends, this is KG1. It is necessary, but this is not all. Then we come to the higher level. That higher level is, now we are focusing attention on the experiences that we go through. Earlier attention was on the world and on the body. For there we have these two things, the dharma and the yoga. Now we come to the experiences. We start analyzing our experiences. And what are the experiences? Only two types. No third experience. When desire is fulfilled, we are happy. When desire is not fulfilled, we are miserable. If we want to write our biography, what we will write? Right from childhood till date, we have been struggling to fulfill our desires. But have we attained fulfillment in our life? That we never find out. Therefore, whole life is spent only in that. The other day I went somebody's place, and that Amma told me, Swamiji, we are thinking of adding one big room in our house. What is your suggestion? I said, instead of adding big room in your house, why don't you remove so much of things you are cluttered in your house? So many things we keep on adding that there is no place to sit, and therefore to keep the furniture, we add one thing more. Empty yourself. So our experiences are only one type. Keep on struggling to fulfill the desires. And when all our material approach to fulfill the desires are over and a total failure, then we start going to the temple. Then we start doing upasana. And what is that upasana? It is MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. O Lord, yes sir, you have got infinite power, but no desires. But I know that. O Lord, yes, I have got infinite desires, but no power. Oh, I know that also. Then why not we sign an MOU? Your infinite power, my infinite desire. Let us invest. Our devotion is only begging, begging, begging. Inside the temple, the beggars are rich. Outside the temple, the beggars are poor. Both the places there are beggars only. Constantly asking, asking, asking. And that we call devotion. See, friends. And purpose of the devotion is fulfilling our desire. That's all. See? In Delhi, you can see when the examinations approach, Hanumanji's temple is full. Every student goes with one coconut. Hanumanji, Hanumanji. If I don't pass, I'll eat you one. So our devotion is not for the sake of the God, but for fulfilling our desires. Be attentive. Our desires are not only of this type, wanting to get something from the world, but our desires are also the other type. And what is the other type? I want to do good to the world. Then I want to invoke lot and lot of potentialities in me in the form of siddhis. So, if somebody has got a back pain, come beta, what happened to you? Maharaji, I got a back pain. Nothing, come here, take. Back pain gone. Mahatma ji, back pain Ananda Maharaj ki jai. And then everybody starts appreciating. He is a great Mahatma, The other day, I was confused. When I saw him, I was more confused. Invocation of these inner Shaktis becomes biggest obstacle. And such people remain only in this relative world. They get lost in this kundalini. See, friends, don't get lost in this. The real Mahatmas never meddle in God's creation. See? We want to improve the world because the manufacturer has created a defective piece. No. Whenever we get lost in this thing, we are at the second level that is technically called as Adi Daivik. The first was Adi Bhautik, experience world. Second is Adi Daivik, the experiences of the world. These two are only the means. They are not the goal. The goal comes when we enter the Adhyatmic. Adhyatmic is pertaining to the self. Kastvam koham kutamāyātah kāme janani kome tātah. The real spiritual practice begins when inquiry is conducted about ourselves. And how do we conduct the inquiry? It's a very simple technique, I'll tell you. Analyze your experience and learn from that. Suppose you are disturbed. So normally what we do, we blame others for disturbance. Instead of that, you find out who is disturbed. You will see at the base, origin, root of every disturbance, there is somebody. Try to play this game we played last time. Try. Become husband or wife and sit quiet. As husband or as wife. And see what thoughts come. Stop. Now become parents or children. And see what thoughts come. Now the last experiment. Remain as nobody. Now let us analyze this experiment. When we became husband and or wife, the thoughts were pertaining to wife or husband. When we became children or parents, the thoughts were pertaining to parents or children. When we remained as nobody, no thoughts. Every thought has the seed. That seed is called as somebody. And that somebody is not the real one. Like man is the real one. Husband is not real. And who is miserable? Not the man, but the husband, who is not real. Man is real. The son is not real. But who is miserable? The son. Man is real. The father is miserable. The man is not miserable. So one man expressing as son, husband and father. These three things exist not. And they are the one going through all the turmoils of life. See, friends, when we thus become aware of this, then we will know that we all have to play various roles This is a great experiment conducted by the divine. So if we have to play the role of a son, play the role of a son, submit to the father or the mother, respect them, and be happy. If you have to play the role of the husband, when you are in the office, roar like a lion, that is your role. But when you come home, don't forget you are a husband. Then start meow, meow, you'll be happy. And when you are in front of your son, show off you are something extraordinary. That's all.
Good.
Nothing more than that. And while playing these roles, remember, basically you are a man. So man is, husband became. So when I divorced from my wife, where I, the husband, has gone? See, this challenge came before me in Bombay. There was one girl, I knew her right from childhood. Her marriage also I went, her son also I named, everything. And then after some time, maybe about 10 years, she has to separate. So she divorced. And in their tradition, when there some function is conducted, in that function only the Saubhagyavati, the married girls only can go. The widows cannot go. So her mother told, for this function, kindly don't come, go out somewhere and come afterwards. Because in this function, you are not qualified to enter. But she said, what happened? He did not die, he is still there. But is he your husband? No. Then the question came, and question was referred to me. Ask Swamiji. And the question was, after divorce, whether the girl becomes vidva or remains adva. See what a challenge it is. A vidva is the one who doesn't have a husband. But if the husband doesn't die, then who is she? Nothing. She was a girl, she will continue to be the girl. The sadva, vidva is only superimposed. Once you understand this basic principle, you will play the role of your life beautifully well and yet remain uncontaminated by any role that you have to play. It is here the real spiritual life begins. And when we have to play the role in any drama, you have to play it best. Suppose you have to play the role of a miserable person. You must play it so well that other people should start thinking that really we are miserable. And they will start crying. And that time what goes in your mind? Arey Dumbos, you are paying and crying. I am paid, it is a fake cry. It is not real. In the same manner, play the game of life according to rules and regulations. Life becomes very simple. This is how the real spiritual life is. Because God created human beings only for one purpose. There is no other purpose. So that He can express through. See? Don't we select a person for our job who is qualified for that? See? Now if I want to eat good food, I will never go to him. I will go to Mama. See? If I go to him, he will give injection. I don't want that. I want food. So when we want something, we select for a right person. Will he not select the right person for getting his job done? So what should be our spiritual life or practice? We should remain a fit instrument so that he will choose us for his job. See? So whatever the director tells, do this, it is done perfectly well. Because now he has trust in us. Therefore, spiritual practice means we should remain a fit instrument physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually fit so that He will choose us. And then alone He can express through us in full glory. And the complete expression of the Lord through us is only one, and that is happiness. God has not created this world for suffering. It is for fun. Anandadeva kalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti. He did not create this world out of frustration. No, but out of happiness. And if we fail to express happiness in our life, in and through all the conditions of life, then because He is the creator, He will not hate His own creation, isn't it? Like an artist doesn't hate his own paintings. He will not hate us. Then He will correct his mistake. My dear, it is my mistake I made you human beings. I should have made you a donkey. Read or eat newspaper. See, friends. Therefore, this is the crux of all spiritual life. Wherever we are placed, only happiness must express. Don't bother for the vision of God. What will you do, vision of God? See? There was one person who in Vrindavan and went to one Mahatma. Mahatma ji, unless you show me God, I will not take food. Who cares? Don't take. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, he is not eating. So, some devotees, Maharaj ji, please do something. This fellow is so jiddi. He is not eating. Something will happen. Problem will come to him. You. Say, okay, get him here. He said, what is that sun? What is that tree? What is that river? When you are seeing them, what you are doing for them? See, when you will see God, will you serve Him or not? Or you ask Him to serve? Jara pani le aana. See, we make Him as the means and the worldly things as the goal of life. It should be the other way around. Our life is the means, and merging in Him is the goal. Therefore, the simplest way of all spiritual practice is whatever we do, let happiness be expressed through every action. Whenever we talk, let only happiness be spoken through words, not bitterness, not hatred. And whenever we think happily. Happiness is a constructive force. It is not a destructive one. See? And whenever there is happiness, there is expansion. Happiness expands. Miseries become so much withdrawn, frustrated, depressed, rejected. No. Therefore, we are all here in this world only for one purpose, and that purpose is we must be an instrument through which the Lord can express in His full glory, and there is only one. We must act happily, we must speak happily, we must think happily. Happy disposition cannot be destructive. Can somebody say to his girlfriend, honey, darling, today I am so happy, I tell you. I can't contain my happiness, and therefore I want to cut you into small pieces. It can never happen. Just simple rule. With this, 24 hours you are in meditation. 24 hours you are in tune. See, we open 7 days. We are open 24/7. And in doing this, there is no special thing to be done. Wherever you are, whenever you are, with whatever condition you are in that divine mode of bliss. And then the net result of this will be we will be able to love everyone and everyone will love us. And that is the fulfillment of human life. When we can love everyone and everyone loves us, see the joy of life. Take an example. Suppose you come home and knock the door and your wife opens the door and she has dress in the dress that you like, not what she likes. And then she takes the briefcase from your hand and makes you sit on a sofa and sits down where there is a warm water, tub available, and she slowly removes your shoes, removes your socks, and nice fragrant water. She squeezes one napkin and slowly she is wiping your feet. Only thinking is making you happy, isn't it?
कहाँ से लाएंगे ऐसी वाइफ? ऐसी वाइफ लाएंगे कहाँ से? Expecting it है?
Thoughts.
It's the other way around now.
अब लड़कियों को भी खुश करो. लड़के तो खुश हो गए. इनकी बारी है.
लड़के मायूस हुए कि खुश हुए यार बिल्ली नहीं ऐसी मायूस हो गए.
केवल कल्पना करने से कितने खुश हो गए.
कितना विवाद हो गया. विवाद. कोई वाइफ के लिए बोलोगे बोले कहाँ से लाएं?
Swami, you have made them happy.
So, wherever you go, everybody wants you. Wherever you go, everybody loves you. What a great experience that will be. That is the fulfillment in life. See, friends. Otherwise, we go anywhere, gaye. See, friends, try this. The life will be fulfilled. Let us accept the world as it is. Let us live happily. And who doesn't have difficulties in life? Except one. And that is yourself. Insist, I have no difficulties. See? Insist, everything is fine. I have a friend in Delhi, he has got one takiya kalam. Anything you talk to him, he'll say, koi dikkat nahi. Anything you tell him, first sentence comes from him, koi dikkat nahi. And he continues. And he has gone through many difficulties in his life. But he's so cool. See? Therefore, with this positive attitude, we lead our life, and as we have come from nowhere, we go nowhere. This is the beauty of spiritual life. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. But now we have to eat food. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.